William.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hey,
what?
is this movie is literally just God of War, the PlayStation 4 God of War plot.
Okay. Well, first of all, great. Okay, shut up. Okay, I don't like that you have a point here. Okay.
This is literally the plot of God of War.
Hey man,
It's
I don't. This
two
is.
it's two male characters on a journey to a mountain to look
Uh huh.
for something, and along the
God.
way they encounter dragons, trolls, right?
Yeah, they're.
Trolls, cyclops, and other creatures, and one of them has to learn the value of the magic world. All right,
Okay. Yeah, sure.
this
That's
is this
exactly
is
how
God of
God of
War.
War went. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh no.
it's right. It's exactly like.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
it
by the way,
is
we're talking
no.
about Onward, by the way.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the Onward SPOILERCAST.
Yeah,
Where apparently
like,
it's just a ripoff of God of War.
yeah. We're hey, I'm really glad all these movies are being released out sooner for us to watch. So, cause we didn't go bother to see these in theaters when they were first airing.
I mean, coronavirus. So
Yeah,
there you
thanks.
go.
Oh no, we're not. Now you dated the video. Now people will know.
Well, when did this
What-
movie release, Austin? Tell me when this movie released. Okay.
You- Damn,
Is-
adding coronavirus into the YouTube tag did not bring up the coronavirus warning safe thing on YouTube.
Nice.
Did you
dude.
notice that? I'm really sad. I'm really disappointed now. I did not get the special coronavirus message on the video.
Nice, dude.
Right,
I
so,
mean,
hey, yeah, so Onward. Yes. Well,
all right.
nearly every
Mhm.
other scene in this movie, I kept forgetting that Tom Holland was voicing the guy.
Yeah, the little brother. Yeah,
Yeah, I kept forgetting it was Tom Holland.
yeah. I know. It kind of didn't sound like him, but
Yeah.
he's just putting on a voice,
Don't
so it's
worry.
like whatever.
Okay, but don't worry. Don't worry, he'll save. Don't worry, we'll notice him when he says Back to the Future in the Back to the Future reboot.
God, no, we're never having a Back to the Future reboot. I hope to God there's never a Back to the Future reboot.
There's always a Back to the Future reboot. Every day is Back to the Future if you think about it.
No, it's not. We don't have a DeLorean to time travel with, okay, Austin? It's not how it goes.
Speaking of Back to the Future, real quick, did you know someone pointed out to me during the Back to the Future movies? I think it was Back to the Future 2.
Uh-huh.
At one point in time, there were 4 DeLoreans in the same timeline. Did you know that? Did you know that?
Wait, when? What?
Yeah, during Back to the Future 2, I believe, there is a moment when there are 4 DeLoreans all in the exact same time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, hey, so welcome to the Back to the Future spoiler cast.
No, wait, I'm thinking about it now because, like, I know there's when Marty is, like, takes it with him for that first time. There's
Okay, here. I'll just send you the Wikipedia link to the theory. Well,
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
a theory. It's an actual thing. It's an actual thing.
Okay,
there's a
well, I
lot
guess
of
I'm clicking
timelines
on it now.
There's a lot of timelines in Back to the Future, apparently.
I mean,
Oh.
there's the one where he goes back to his parents' timeline. There's the original timeline where, none of the stuff that Marty messed with actually happened. There's a third one, the bad future. There's the fourth one when he goes back all the way to the past, I think, right? Would be one? I don't know. I'm not gonna bother keep tracking of this stuff. I'm not gonna bother with that.
Okay, let me pull up the Onward Wikipedia page.
Yeah, we should be talking about Onward at this point. God,
Yeah,
we just
you're
spent
right,
what 2 minutes, 4 minutes?
talking about God of War and Back to the Future.
Exactly. We're not even talking about the movie. God.
To be fair, we did talk about the movie at the beginning.
Sure we did. We mentioned it, but we didn't talk about it.
All right, yeah. So Onward follows 2 brothers, voiced by Tom Holland and Chris
Pratt.
Was it?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, Star-Lord.
Star-Lord, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as they go on a journey to see their dad's ghost, pretty much, or
yeah.
to bring back their dad from the dead.
Yeah, basically.
To hang out with him.
Yeah, it's where I believe his name was Ian or something like that. Where Ian is on his way to discover what it means to be a necromancer. So there's that to become the Lich King.
But this movie was not what I expected, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
what do you mean?
This movie was advertised just like a journey with 2 brothers trying to go talk to their dad. This movie was barely about. The dad was just a plot device. Look, everything in this movie was more about the brothers' relationship.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
I just no expectation or no knowledge into this movie outside of like the first two trailers that came out, right?
Oh yeah,
I was
for
like, okay, it's
Onward.
just a movie about two guys on a journey to go to do stuff with their dad. I was like, all right, cool, I can dig that. Then you find out that, oh yeah, the dad does nothing. The
Yeah,
dad's just
yeah,
there.
he's just there,
He's
and
literally
then
just there. He doesn't say a single word throughout the entire movie.
yeah, he's just like. Well, no, that's not true. If you remember the recording,
okay.
But that's the recording.
The recording doesn't count.
The recording
This is the
notwithstanding.
dad. This is the dad throughout the movie. Okay, that's
I
got.
I don't know what you expected to get with that sound. People are gonna expect. Wait, was this an adult Pixar movie? Oh no, we're not gonna go into that. Okay.
So they live in a fantasy world where people said magic is lame, and we rather rely on technology, which is apparently this movie's an analogy for real life apparently.
I guess, yeah, sure.
Oh hey, William, hey,
Sure.
William,
We were all centaurs at one point in our life, Austin. We were all centaurs at one point in our life.
Oh yeah, William, hey, every technological aspect they display in that movie is no longer relevant to today's to the current environment of the world right now.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. God.
Are we just so for now every movie we're gonna see just be like, yeah, people don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah.
Like every movie where we see someone hug, they're like, oh yeah, no one hugs anymore. We ban hugging.
No one shakes hands. You know,
no one shakes hands anymore. That's illegal now. Public gathering illegal. That's the new standards for movies right now. I judge movie based on when it was if it was made before or after the coronavirus.
God, dude, you're just saying after coronavirus we're gonna have a new world order? Is this what's gonna happen?
We're gonna have a new standards in movie where no one touches each other anymore.
God, the corona.
Every movie.
It's gonna be like
every
the
movie
corona
we're gonna
laws.
watch right now is we're all just gonna see them talk 12 feet apart.
12 feet apart. That's like one of the number one rules in the corona laws. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so there were the magic fantasy worlds with magic people, but then technology came out and they're like, no.
Wait,
technology.
what? You cut out.
Oh no, yeah, they're in a so the movie takes place in like a fantasy world where magic exists, and then but then people said no, magic's lame. We live techno life now. The technology
pretty much,
is for us now.
Yeah,
so there's two brothers.
By technology's ways, not by anyone else's ways.
The two brothers. What are their names?
Ian and Barley.
And Barley. Okay.
Yeah, because Barley is actually was actually a rather unique name, so I kind of remember that one. I only know the other brother's name because of the Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, you're right. So yeah.
But yeah,
so
it's, what two brothers?
So the big brother's a giant weeb. Fucking Barley's a fucking weeb.
We got a weeb brother with Ian being like just basically he just has no self-confidence or self-esteem at all.
Yeah.
And then
he's a weeb. So he's a fucking loser who probably is gonna kill himself. He's probably gonna kill himself.
I mean, if it wasn't for what happened in the movie, but yeah.
Jesus, this movie kept going. He probably would have killed himself.
Okay, we're going too dark here, Austin. This is
a dark fantasy. This is a Pixar fantasy world.
It's a Pixar movie. Come on, we got too dark here.
What do you mean? It wasn't too dark and up when they killed an old woman who had a miscarriage.
Oh god! Shut up! It was implied. It wasn't stated outright. Okay. Oh my god!
Jesus Christ!
Look, you're the one who brought this up. Okay, it's not like Pixar is doing their own dark universe.
Is Pixar doing the dark universe now? Can Pixar just do the dark universe?
But it's with all Pixar characters.
It's all just Pixar characters. Elements.
You get like Woody like being like fucking Dracula, but dark, a dark toy or something like that. He has to protect his toy family. I don't know what happens in Dracula.
Is Buzz Lightyear Van Helsing at that point?
Van Helsing. That's why they used to be enemies, but then they just bond in the Pixar fashion, but it's still a dark universe.
Yeah, you got a friend in me.
God. Okay, look, we're not gonna go there. God, why am I imagining this shit? This like Monsters Inc. is gonna be like the Invisible Man or some shit. No.
They have Randall. He's an invisible.
Yeah,
invisible lizard.
that's exactly what I was thinking. But he's like haunting the kid instead of like like how it is in the actual movie.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Alright,
God.
so back to the plot.
We should go back to.
We keep getting off track somehow.
I don't know. Okay, we just keep talking about other things. Right. One's a weeb. One has self-confidence issues.
Yeah, and so yeah. So yeah, their dad's dead. Their dad's dead.
Died.
And then,
really when they were really young. Ugh.
Oh, you're dying.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah. So then on Ian's birthday, he gets a gift from
his father.
From his late father. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's a magic staff with a magic crystal in it.
He's like, hey, you can fucking revive me from the dead, but only for a day.
Oh yeah, do you think that was his plan, to die and then to be brought back to life?
I mean,
just so he could avoid 16 years of spending time with his son.
Jesus Christ! So
I really don't want to be in my son's life. I'll just kill myself and tell him to bring me back in 16 years.
Jesus, dude.
He's like, so I can avoid looking after my kids. I'll be back in 16 years.
God, dude, what the fuck? That does kind of bring to the question, if they brought him back and if they were successful, you think after they have their whole bonding for a few hours, you think they would have had some time to be like, hey, is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Do you think they would have answered those questions? You think that's the reason why they didn't bring him back so easily, just because they don't have to answer those questions?
No, probably.
Oh my God. Because you get to understand, it's you bring somebody back to life, it's that's a potential gateway into a whole slew of other things. But of course, it's Pixar.
To be fair, this is a magic universe where magic creatures exist, so it's fine.
Okay, sure.
It's fine. Yeah, so Ian gets the staff, gets the staff and his dad. And he casts the spells. Well, Bradley tried.
Barley.
Barley.
Whatever. Bradley, Barley. I don't care right now.
Yeah. Barley tries to cast a spell, but he's a fucking weeb, and he doesn't do it. So then Ian was able to cast the spell, but then Barley comes in and screws it up, and so they only bring back half of the dad's body somehow.
Yeah, somehow, because somehow he screws it up. I don't know. It's a thing. It's a plot device.
And the crystal breaks, so then they have to go find a new crystal. So how is the body sentient? That was the thing. I was like, his lower. How is his sentient?
His lower half is aware, even though his upper half is not there to control him.
Yeah.
I mean, how
does that work?
I mean, honestly, a lot of the things that happen in this movie, you can just explain it with magic. So,
damn, racism, magic. Coronavirus, magic. Jesus Christ.
Classism, sexism, magic, crime, magic. Oh my God.
Witch, burn them.
Jesus, dude. It's natural disasters.
Do you think the Salem witch trial exists in this universe?
No, they.
Well, to be fair, this isn't on Earth. This is just some magic continent. So I guess the Salem witch.
I mean, it's definitely a different planet, because I remember there being a fact that there was 2 moons. They specifically had a scene where it was 2 moons up in the air.
Oh! I must have missed that.
Yeah, okay. No, yeah. It's when they're driving down the highway, and then they're
no witches in this universe.
I mean, there were witches, but then they're nah, we're just not using magic anymore because everyone else doesn't want our magic.
No one uses magic anymore. Yeah, so they go on a journey to go find another crystal to bring back to his world, because apparently you can only bring someone back from the dead in this universe for 24 hours or something. Before after that you can't bring them back anymore. Yeah. So it's just like Naruto.
Yeah, it's also interesting. It's just they say that, but it's not even on the paper. I think saying, oh, you can only use a spell once. I'm pretty sure you could use a spell more than once. If you find more.
No, didn't Barley said that it can only be done one time. After that, you can't bring a soul back.
I mean, yeah, it says that, but I swear, I remember seeing a picture, I remember seeing the paper, and I don't remember them saying you can only use it for one day. They just say that you can only use it for one day. But hey, whatever. I'm not gonna look into it. I mean, it's not like you can't use magic to circumvent that at all,
Yeah. It's just magic breaks the rule of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they go to a tavern to look for the magic.
Yeah, they go to they go to a tavern to look for a map. right?
Yeah, from the map to the gem. And then we found out that the Manticore has turned into a family restaurant
Yeah, God.
because no one needs adventures anymore because insurance.
God.
Hey, wait, that's the hey, wait, you know what the scariest monster in real life is?
What?
Lawyers.
Lawyers. Oh,
Lawyers.
God.
The real monster of Earth.
God, dude. Fucking lawyers.
Corporate lawyers.
Okay. That's not alright. That's not okay.
Yeah, that's an analogy of real life.
Thanks, Austin. All the monsters, wait. First of all, technically they're all Wait, maybe I don't know. I don't know if they all technically count as monsters. Whatever. Let's just get on with this.
They're
Okay.
monsters to our eyes. Yeah. So they meet the Manticore, and they found out that the Manticore is no longer the super threatening creature anymore. Who's not like the super laid back manager of the restaurant.
More not laid back, more stressed
Not laid
out
back.
of all health.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. Who?
My God. Like I felt like watching her just go through all the yeah, I could feel the pain there. No. Customer service, man, it's a bitch.
It is.
I know that like they're arguing over the map, and then like fucking, what do you call it? Like they're arguing over the map. The Manticore's like, nah, fam, you can't take that map. It's like, but man, your life is boring. Just give it to us. And then she sets the whole place on fire because of how boring her life has been.
Yeah. And then they burned the map.
Yeah, they burned
the
the
actual map. They accidentally burned the map pretty much.
But don't worry, they've had another map all along in the form of a kids menu.
So there was a so since it became a family restaurant, she based it off her old adventure or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything everything in the restaurant is based. So the kitty map that kids used to color in is pretty much a actual representation of the actual map for the treasure.
Yep. God, dude, that was such okay. Anyway, so I know that they drive. Then there's that whole moment where like the car runs out of gas and shit, and they have to run away from what, police and a motorcycle gang of pixies, right?
Yeah. When they have to So basically they run out of gas. So they run out of gas, and then they get the idea that if you enlarge the gas can, then the leftover gas inside would also be enlarged as well. I was thinking about that. I was like, technically that's correct. I mean, I feel like that.
I mean,
that's
it is correct, but
but what happens when you re-shrink the gas can? Does the gas in the does the gas then de-shrinks again?
I'm probably.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, but in the end, it doesn't.
It doesn't what?
It doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, we can just explain this away again with just saying it's magic.
Oh, it's magic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's magic.
We could solve all of our problems with magic.
Literally, now that I think on it though, I'm pretty sure before the virus anyway, I know the whole fantasy world is basically a representation of our own. But if they had magic, you think they had problems with world hunger or something? Like, and they just because they forgot magic, they just they kind of fucked themselves because they can't make food bigger or something.
And they can't stop the coronavirus.
Yeah, we'll just shrink it away or something. I don't know.
We'll shrink the coronavirus away.
It's exactly. We'll make it bigger so you can shoot it or something. I don't know.
We'll make the coronavirus bigger.
Yeah, make the coronavirus bigger so then you can shoot it down or something.
Jesus.
Just because of a whole fucking monster movie, by the end of it, they're finding coronavirus.
To be fair, technically they fight. They fight something in this movie.
They
do fight something.
I mean, that's true.
They fight something. Yeah, so they get the map. They run out of gas, so they have to go get gas, and Barley ends up pissing off a bunch of pixies because he said some.
Yeah, they should be he was just saying, oh yeah, you guys were supposed to be whimsical, you could fly, and they're like they take offense to that because they view themselves as tough guys and stuff, and it's just a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah,
What else was there?
so they escape the pixies, and then they encounter the police, and then so they have to do an illusion spell,
No,
right?
yeah, they
And
had to do an
then
illusion spell, which for some reason has the stipulation that as long as you tell the truth, the illusion spell stays up. But if you tell a lie, then it starts failing for some
yeah,
fucking. It's like it's a
look, look,
stupid reason,
look,
It's a stupid
look.
thing.
Every spell has a cost, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Every
The
spell
cost is
has a
telling the
cost.
truth and shit, but like,
Look,
God,
a
it's so
soul for a soul.
God, dude, stop. This is not Thanos. We're not with Thanos here.
Whatever, Red Skull.
God, dude. But, oh, you know what? You think they've made a theory about that yet? Like, I
What?
figured this would be a theory. And when Chris Pratt and Tom Holland's character in like, Spider-Man and Star-Lord, you think when they
Yeah.
died, they temporarily became, like, fucking, elves, and then when they came back after, like,
Is this the afterlife?
yeah, that was
The
that was like
afterlife?
the afterlife for a second. That's where they went before they came back.
Jesus Christ.
Like they just spent time like on a weird fantasy world, like
Fucking crazy.
basically
Wait, stop.
having it where they both
No.
try to resolve their issues with their father figure. For one, Spider-Man has his uncle, and then for Chris Pratt, his actual dad, his issues.
Fucking Christ.
Hey man,
Okay, so.
hey man, Arsenal's fan theories.
So,
You can do it.
so they had to confuse the police who are because they were fucking driving recklessly. They were just swerving everywhere.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, yeah. God, they were cutting off so many people on the highway. It actually irked me.
yeah, that's very rude. I was like, wow, that's very rude. These people have to go home and go back to their actual life.
Look, man, I had people cut me off on the highway too, and it just really tilted me. Like they're doing that. It's like, oh god. Like I get what they're going for because like they're giving like Ian his own confidence because he failed a driving test before, but then like they have him actually succeed. I guess in this one, if you can call that succeeding. And then it's like he cuts so many people off, and I'm like, oh god, I hate everything about this. But yeah, what they were caught up by the police, right?
Yeah, so they use the spell to impersonate the centaur police that's dating their mom or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. Did we just completely? I just remembered. Did we completely forget about the subplot with their mom?
Oh, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
There's a subplot going on. There's a
Okay.
subplot going
Okay.
on.
We'll get back to that later.
We'll get to it. So this focus in the God of War adventure now, all right? We're just focused on the main journey.
Okay. We'll focus on a side quest later.
Yeah. Side quest later. We'll talk about side quest later. So they impersonate the centaur boyfriend police, and they're like, and then one of the police officer, I think she was a Cyclops.
Yeah, the Cyclops, and then I think she starts roasting barley or something, and then
Yeah.
because the spell was all like, oh, this spell works only if you tell the truth, and then you have basically Ian basically being all like, yeah, I agree with everything you say that my brother is a loser and shit, and then it's like, oh yeah, the spell stayed up, it didn't go away, and then that's like just causes like a conflict issue between Ian and Barley.
Yeah. Because for this journey, he was like, because he was like, we gotta, because he was throughout this time like, okay, look, because they have to get to this place, like we could just take the highway. It's easier, it's faster to get there, it's safer. And then, but Barney was like, no, we gotta take the path of danger. What was it called?
I don't know, the Path of Peril or some shit.
Oh, some deaf term like that.
Yeah, the Path of Pain or whatever. I don't know.
This is path of pain. The world will know pain.
God damn it.
It's a Naruto. Is this movie just a Naruto movie?
Yeah, it's Naruto now. It's what's happening.
Jesus Christ.
But
Yeah. So they get to the place, and then they get to the path. They finish the path, and they get to like this giant cavern. Not cavern. Fuck. What do you call it?
no,
Gorge?
they get
Gorge?
no a gorge. I would call it, yeah, a chasm if anything.
Chasm.
The bottomless
Chasm.
pit.
That's the word I was looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
There, that's the word I was looking for. Chasm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but they're like, oh man, this chasm's pretty wide and everything, and there's a bridge, but the bridge apparently the thing to unlock the bridge is on the other side. So they're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's not helpful. That's not helpful. So there's a spell that for him to walk across the um the chasm, but the spell only works as long as he believes in himself that he can that the bridge is there because it's an invisible bridge. Because they're like, I was like, instead of making like an actual bridge, like now we're just making an invisible bridge. Makes it easier apparently. Saves on time.
Yeah.
Saves on time apparently.
Mm-hmm. I know, like he walks the chasm. Uh, let's see, they lower the bridge. Then they start getting chased by cops again.
Oh yeah, and this is when the actual the actual boyfriend Centaur cop actually shows up to be like, hey, what are you kids doing? Hey, you kids doing illegal stuff?
It's like, no, no,
That's
no,
right.
sir, we'll go home right now. And then they juke him, and then they're like, get in the car, and then like fucking start running, and then miraculously there are like 10 other cops that are like there waiting for him or something, somehow, and then they start chasing him. God, I'm trying to remember. No, no, no. Ian, like they make it to an archway. Ian is like, "Oh, we can just blow that out or something." But Ian, of course, doesn't have a grasp on this magic yet. Isn't able to blow it out. And then Barley just basically sacrifices his car to crash into the archway, and then it like blows up or something, and the rocks fall down and block the way for the police, and then they just end up continuing on their journey. Um.
And then they find a spooky cave.
Spooky. Oh yeah, the whole they were following ravens or whatever, right? Those bird statues, I think.
Yeah, because the thing led the map to trying to go to Raven's Point to find the gems. So we get to a cave, and then oh yeah, and then throughout, and then at the beginning there was like this weird. Throughout the way they keep hinting about this fucking cube shit
Oh yeah, the
or
gelatinous
something.
cube. Also, I will let you
Gelatinous
know
cube.
that. Yeah, I will let you know that is an actual D&D thing. So
Oh, oh,
yeah, that's an actual thing in D&D, and it was kind of fun to actually see them like.
yeah.
Fucking,
To be fair, I was like, they kept hinting throughout the. I was like, this thing's gonna fucking show up at some point. I just fucking know it. This thing's gonna show up. I don't know when the fuck this cube's gonna show up. I was like, I know this cube's gonna show up. I kept expecting it. I was like, fuck, this cube's gonna show up at some point, and then they finally encountered the cube.
God, dude. So it's like it's just what like I remember something like, oh no, yeah, the upper half, the quote unquote upper half of the father ends up getting like caught in the fucking gelatinous cube, and it ends up being like dissolved into acid, which also brings the question to, like, if it can dissolve that, why didn't it dissolve those bones?
The bones are made out of tougher material. Okay, William.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look like they've been in there for a while.
He did the cube chooses when to stop dissolving stuff. He's like, all right, I'm gonna dissolve you guys to the bones, so then I can keep your bones in my body to make myself look cool.
Oh yeah, they're
He's
like accessories for him and shit. Like he has no other way to actually put on like.
The spoils of war.
God, dude. And that's actually kind of dark too, because it actually implies that people died with that. But
The cube actually kills people.
no one discusses it. No one talks about it.
Apparently.
Hmm?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, so they go through the dungeon tunnel, wherever the fuck, to the fuck, and only to find out that that they go back in front of his school, of Ian's high school.
Yeah, they basically end up back home, and it's like, oh, it's like, you think, like, considering how logical how logical the brothers seemed, you think Ian would have like reacted like, oh, maybe the gem's here or something, But no, we had to have that final bit of conflict. It's like, man, if we didn't do it your way, we would have been hanging out with Dad. But now because of you, it's like, ugh, we can't. We only have like an hour or something. Ugh.
Before the spell wears off, and then their dad has to go. The rest of his day goes back to his real life.
Yeah. This is like, of course they're gonna have this final bit of conflict or whatever, and it was even kind of pointless too in the end too.
Like they had to establish conflict between the brothers. Yeah.
For some reason, and it's just like, it's like because okay, their back is like, oh, I'm gonna go spend whatever time we have left with Dad, and he takes him away, and then then he had that flashback. Also, I will say, like for me when I was watching it, it felt like such like I don't like it because two things. So explaining what the scene was, Ian basically takes his father, or the lower half of his father, if we're being you know whatever, accurate about it. That he starts looking at this list that he made about stuff he would want to do with his father, right? And then he starts crossing it out, and then he sees that thing like about, I think it was a driving test or whatever, and he's like, oh no wait, I did succeed in this, and then he's like, oh, I did have all of these, but not with my father, but with my brother, and then it's like, oh, he's been the father figure that I needed throughout my entire life, which is kind of bullshit because like honestly it feels half-assed because like as much as it shows the relationship between these two brothers, it never for once felt like a thing
where Barley was a father figure.
Like it never felt like
literally throughout the entire movie, he just established Barley.
Yeah, it never felt like Barley was a father figure.
Who's just fucking being a weeb. He's not doing anything. Like even the cop acknowledged that the brother wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I know, it's so weird because it's like if anything, it would probably be the reverse because Ian's probably like the guy who's taking care of everything, and Barley is the one who's messing up, and then Barley should have been the one who would have learned from his mistakes, but it's just so odd, and it's just like a complete 180. It's like he didn't feel like he was the father figure in this at all. If anything, if you wanted to do that, it could have been like, oh yeah, the father figure was maybe the police cop, the Centaur police officer. And it's like if you had him more involved in the relation and shown basically a father relationship with him instead of just a little bit in the beginning, then that would have been a better thing, but it wasn't. But I guess we'll get into that later. We'll just focus on the rest of the plot because then of course he finds out, oh yeah, my brother was the father figure after all.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, and then he goes back, and then he finds that Barley actually found the crystal, but when taking the crystal, he releases a curse.
It brings out a dragon, just like in God of War.
Yeah. Yes. There was a dragon.
So they fight the dragon. They fight the dragon pretty much. And then with a magic sword.
Mm-hmm. They fight the dragon. Also, we should go back to the subplot now
because everything
kind of
catches up at this
explain.
point.
So like there's the Manticore. As discussed, the thing is, the mother finds out that the two brothers, basically ran off, so she goes to search for him, right? And so basically, she ends up finding the Manticore. She ends up asking for the Manticore's help. Then they end up going to the pawn shop, and they basically mug an old lady for a sword.
Knocked out an old lady.
Yeah, they knocked out an old lady.
Just knocked out an old lady just to steal from her.
They fucking...
The future is now, old
and then,
man.
And leave her for dead. They leave her for dead. And then,
But they might as well just set off the entire fucking pawn shop on fire before they logos. Like, just no evidence.
Look, man, she didn't have any... first of all, that old lady did not have any security on her pawn shop at all, dude. There was, no security at all. She didn't have the cages or anything, that pawn shops would regularly have now, to prevent, robbery and stuff.
Yeah.
And so,
so they go to the pawn shop to find the magic sword because the Manicore... It originally was the Manicore's sword, but she sold it off years ago
But she...
Yeah.
For taxes and
I told you once again.
The
The greatest monster in any universe is lawyers or lawyers.
God,
the lawyers
damn them all.
The lawyers are the real. Are the real. Yes.
The lawyers are the real monsters in this movie. But they basically catch up. And then the mother is basically they kind of establish it in the beginning in one little quick scene, but the mother is actually tough as all hell. Like she could she lifts that fucking heavy sword and shit, and basically starts like fucking cutting up the dragon with the Manticore, And I know there's this whole thing, and then there's this thing where Ian is where Barley's like, hey, you should spend some time with Dad while you're doing the spell. and then while the spell goes on, and then Ian's like, nah, you do it, fam. Even though I wanted this for like the whole goddamn movie, and then he goes out to fight the dragon, and then basically injures the dragon or kills it really. And then of course he gets blocked off with all the debris from the dragon, and then he's like Barley and their father have this like final moment thing, and then then of course he just kind of spends his time watching rather than climbing over the fucking shit and like going over there. But then him and Barley basically meet up again, and then they're like, oh, it's like
Yeah.
we had a last chat with my dad or our dad. And
there's I have an incoming call. I'll take it.
What's happening?
I told her to call me back. Yeah, just keep going.
Okay, I'll just keep going then. Like, yeah, okay. So yeah, they basically had this final moment between each other. It's like, he's like, father says, give him a hug from me, and let him know that you wouldn't.
Yeah, and don't forget that the dad had a fucking stupid wizard name apparently.
And then they hug it out. Yeah, apparently had a stupid wizard name.
It was a super lame wizard name.
It was that stupid, so. God, dude. Yeah, and then it's like, basically Ian is, at the end of it, Ian's spellcasting and his confidence is improved. Barley gets a new van. And then apparently, I guess the centaur learned to love running and shit, and it's just like
so
everyone else kind of learned these lessons, which I guess they needed. I don't know if they needed it.
Yeah, there's some magic happening now.
Yeah, well, I mean, sure.
Yeah,
but
it's like I was like, oh, these two boys reunite the magic in the world.
It's weird.
Okay, look, they cause property damage. All right, that's the. Yeah, you can solve anything if you do. Everything becomes better after property damage. Yeah.
God, dude.
Yeah, the world will be
just
better.
Just commit a few bits of vandalism. You'll be fine. The world will be fine. God, dude. No, but by the end of it, they get in a new adventure car, and then they kind of fly off into the sunset or whatever. Yeah, but like it's so odd because it's like the whole movie kind of stipulates itself as a kind of a father-son bonding type of thing, but it's more of a focus on the relationship between the two brothers, which is fine. But it's like it would have been fine if it wasn't for the fact that by the end of it, Ian thinks that his brother Barley was the father figure, when in fact he acts more like the father figure because he gets Barley out of trouble is pretty much incompetent throughout most of the movie, and he acts more like the father figure in this sense. Yeah, I mean, it's like it feels like if Ian was the older brother,
I feel like if their character traits were switched around, this
probably would have worked out with Barley being the one realizing that he had. Yeah, because it's like you could have had to portray that Ian, like, even though Ian had all these issues, he was still like he still stepped up and acted like he still took care of Barley throughout like. Some of these things, and then Barley would in turn, help instill him with self-confidence. Basically saying, "Oh yeah, but it's like you were the one who did all this for me," and it's like you're the reason why I got to where I got to this point. Yeah. Like this would have made it a whole much better movie.
Yeah, I honestly agree with that. I was
Ian was older and Barley was younger.
Because it was like it just felt really weird. How you're saying this was supposed to be like a father-son movie, but it ended up never being a father-son movie. It's more of a brothers movie, and then the brothers were like they're the father-son. I was like, okay. Ooh.
It's like it doesn't work because again I know I'm kind of repeating this, but Ian's the one who's getting Barley out of trouble. And Barley's the one who's messing up, but Barley could have basically taken all like. Again, it just would have worked better if Barley was the one who was learning the lesson that Ian was like the father figure he had his whole life. And then if you could have gave Ian the issue basically, because I know we didn't really mention this because there was this moment when they're they're on a river, right? And so basically, they're talking about these memories. Barley has these memories from about his father, like 3-4 memories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Barley insisted in the beginning that he only had 3 memories, but he does mention that there was a 4th one. And then on the river, he mentions the 4th one was basically where he just didn't have the courage to go up and talk to his father when he was on his deathbed, because it's understandable, because a kid seeing his father with all these tubes hooked up into him and stuff, it's like it's and you see him his father being so weak. I mean, it's hard on a kid because it's like it scares you, because you never think you would see your parents in that way at all. But if you gave that to Ian, that could have also explained his self-confidence issues, and then you would have had it so that Ian does have that Ian in the movie here. And it could have happened in the other movie that I am stipulate or suggesting.
Yeah.
Ian basically wanted to see his father one last time, and and then by the end of it, he could have had that moment, with his father, and then that would have vastly improved his self-esteem issues, along with Barley saying, "You were the one who was always there for me." If Barley was the younger. And then Barley would and because the way Barley acts throughout the movie, it feels like he never really needed it, but it's something that Ian needs. So that would have been made the
I kind of agree about that exact same point.
Improved, in my opinion.
Because I like Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt's a cool guy. Tom Holland, he's a nice lad. He's a chip off the old block. He's a lad. He's. I like these guys, but I definitely feel like their roles honestly should have been reversed to make
because
everything is good. Just felt like the way that the movie just ended off, how how their character relationships, I was like, it felt just really weird at how it ended up. I guess yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would have been way better.
It's just very.
Yeah.
It's just like it would have been a lot. I mean, I'm just saying it would have been a lot better.
I like that. I mean, I like the jokes. Yeah, they got some good jokes going on in there.
I mean,
the humor there was a lot of running gags in this movie, to be honest. Like the cube was a big running gag.
Yeah,
that he kept.
I like the
splinter. The splinter was a big payoff running gag because they had the magic staff and they kept giving everyone splinters.
I like that one.
The end, and then in the end, even the splinter, the smallest splinter could hold the most magic. I was like, what the fuck is this stuff shit?
Yeah,
this stupid fucking anime bullshit. Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty good. It's like. I mean, they had some good jokes, but it's like the story just kind of falls flat by the end of it. Literally, if you had two reversals in the roles, it would have been vastly superior or better. I mean, it would have been vastly improved. But I think I give it maybe a 6.
It looks pretty good. Unicorns are the right
probably
foods
more
of
6.
The magic world, apparently.
It's decent, but that's kind of all there is to it.
It would be great
but it's they only there for
2
shots. I thought they would be more of a running gag throughout the whole movie, but thank God they weren't. God.
Yeah, that was a good God of War movie.
God, okay. I
still
don't
think
have much else to say about this.
I still think PS4 God of War movie was way better though.
Yeah, it was a good God of War movie. Sure, that's the adaptation we needed for God of War.
I can't wait for the next God of War game to come out when we fight Thor.
God damn it, Austin.
The road to Thor.
All right. Oh God, Onward 2.
Oh, is that Infinity Thor?
The road
to Thor. Just pay off to fight Thor. Jesus Christ.
Infinity Thor.
All
this is what we're having.
All right. I think we said all that we really have to say about this movie. All right.
Look, man.
All right.
Exactly.
Hey, wash your hands again.
What's gonna happen.
All right. Thanks for listening. Kate, thanks. Bye.
Basically.